Hi, how are you? Happy Sunday fun day. I know up here in Boston it's kind of rainy out today, but I promise you that we're going to have fun today because we're going to make popcorn, homemade popcorn. And Doug and I just started doing this, and can I tell you, it tastes so much better. It tastes fresh and it's hot, and versus microwave popcorn and fresh popcorn that you might get at a store, it's much less expensive. And what's also great about it, what I love about the popcorn, is that you can manage the oil. You can manage the type of oil that you're putting in, what kind of oil you're putting in, how much oil you're putting in. And then the best part that I want to share with you today is that I spent 3 hours this afternoon coming up with different flavors of what you can put on top of your popcorn, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised, and I can't wait to show you. And what also I wanted to share with you is that making the popcorn is a show, especially if you have a pot like mine that has a glass lid. You get to see the show, and if you do have kids, bring them along and have them watch how the popcorn is made, and I think that's such a cool learning experience as well. So why don't we get started, and I'll show you how to make it. It's very easy. You don't have to be afraid. It's like no big deal. It's just so much fun. So let's go poppin'. What do you say? Who's on board? Hey, Diane, how are you? Hi, Karen, how are you? So the first thing that you're going to do is add your oil. So you want to put in a healthy oil. So my suggestions for oil is to either use extra virgin olive oil, which you know that's good Mediterranean diet oil, or you can use, like my other favorite is an avocado oil, because that also has a good omega-3 fats. So you take a pot like so, and on the bottom of the pot, you put in 3 tablespoons of oil. So I'm just going to put my oil in. Doug, if you could set the timer for 1 minute, that would be awesome. So I'm putting 3 tablespoons of oil in. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. And you know, based upon coming to Mona's Kitchen in the past, I have my little pastry brush that I'm using. And so what I'm going to do is just make sure that the oil is just coated on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to put my top on, and you want to put it on a medium to high heat, and you want to wait for a minute until you see the little bit of bubbles. And it's really like exactly a minute. That minute really, really works. So I put in mine, I put in olive oil, as I mentioned below. You can use avocado oil. It's a great oil to put in. And you're basically managing the fat. This is going to produce about 12 to 14 cups of popcorn, and figure 2 cups of popcorn per person is only 100 calories. So what a great snack that you can have, right? And you just don't have to put salt on it. And you don't have to put on butter, because I'm going to show you some really cool things that you can add instead of butter, which are so, so awesome. You can go savory, which is like a Mediterranean. You could go cookie-like, and I'll show you a gingerbread cookie popcorn. You can go chocolatey. I have a cool one for that. And then I have my special one that I just developed literally 2 hours ago. The food chemist in me went to work. Wait till you see it. It's really special. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm so excited. So this is starting to bubble. How am I on timing, Doug? Now, okay. So I'm going to take a half a cup of popcorn, unpopped popcorn, and I'm going to throw it in. And that's it. Now we're going to wait for the show. Now, what kind of popcorn should you buy? So you want to buy homemade popcorn. You want to make sure that it's non-GMO. I like to support local farms. So I actually have found this great popcorn. It's actually on my website, monadolgov.com, in the store if you want to get it. It's an Amish country popcorn, and it's a combination of small and tender, like white popcorn and yellow popcorn, and it's great. And you know, it'll store for a while. It's good for I think it expires in 2022. It's good for 2 years, and it's something that's awesome, just as long as you keep it closed or whatever. And already I'm beginning to hear the sizzle. And you're putting in a half a cup for those who just came on board. Hi Jamie, how are you? We put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. Let it heat up, covered for 1 minute. We put in a half a cup of unpopped popcorn. My favorite is this Amish popcorn that I found online. It's Amish country popcorn. It's actually from Indiana. My daughter went to IU, so did Jamie's son. So it's a great popcorn. You can get it on my store on monadolgov.com. It's just awesome. So now we're gonna wait for the show. And the show not only will be audible, but it'll be visual because I have a clear lid. And what Doug is going to try to do is get the show on live. So we're just gonna wait a minute or two. And what I mentioned, hi Joanne, how are you? What I mentioned before is that we're gonna work on, a lot of people, I know Joanne mentioned to me she loves butter on popcorn, but I'm gonna show you that there are other things that you can put on popcorn. You can do spray oils, like spray olive oil is great, spray avocado oil. You can put on different savory spices and things like that. Oh, we're starting to pop. Can you hear it? I can hear, I can't take it off right now. Pop, pop. Hey Audrey, how are you? Audrey, this would be a great activity for you and your kids. Make sure you have a pot that has a clear lid and you can watch the popcorn being made. So Doug, why don't you try to bring the camera over? Doug is here. Everybody say hi to Doug.
Hi, everybody.
Can you see it? I can hear it. There we go. It's like 4th of July in my kitchen. Check this out. Is that cool or what? I just like it. And while this is happening, you should just take your pot and just move it around. Because that'll just it'll just jostle a little bit, make the popping go a little bit faster. There we go. And for those of you who just came on board, I put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I use my pastry brush to kind of paint and coat the bottom of the pan. Put in a 1/2 cup of unpopped popcorn. My recommendation, love this Amish popcorn I got online. It's in my store, monadolgov.com. And it's just awesome. Check it out. Isn't this fun? I feel like it's 4th of July or we're going to the movies tonight, Doug. What do you feel?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's so fun. This is like the fun of my day. Quarantine kitchen, and we're making popcorn, and it's so fun.
And easy.
And easy too, right? Wasn't that easy? So you're gonna wait until the pops kind of die out. And once you get like a pop every 3 seconds, you shut the heat off, and then you wait another 10 or 20 seconds before you take the lid off, because you don't want the popcorn to bump in your face. Oh, slow it down. It smells so good too. Smells so good. Okay. Now we're gonna wait 10 seconds. I'm gonna just jostle it around. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Still popping.
Oh, it's still popping. I'm not opening this thing yet. Who's on board? I'll say hi. Oh, spray oil sounds great. Hi, Doug. Oh, Joanne in New York says hi. And hi, Jessica. How are you? And hi, Jamie. Okay, you ready? Want to see what it looks like? Wow, look at that steamy popcorn. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That will give you about 12 cups of popcorn that you can make about 6 servings. So let's bring the popcorn over to my magic formulated kitchen, where you'll see, don't get intimidated, because me, the food scientist, was busy formulating today.
You did all the work for them.
I did all the work for you. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna put this, I think, over here so you can see all the different spices and stuff. All right, so I'm going to get my little cup, and I have 4 different spice blends that I came up with I'm really excited about. So what I'm gonna do, I'm giving you guys a snack. And I always like to pre-measure. It's always important to pre-measure. But look guys, I just wanna show you. Look what you get for 100 calories. That's pretty good, right? That's a pretty deep bowl. And as far as salt is concerned, you can put on regular salt, but if you really like fine salt, what you can do, you can take table salt and actually put it in a grinder if you want to make it very, very fine. I'm just gonna use my regular salt. I always start off with just a little bit of salt. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I have some toppings, and I want the toppings to kind of coat onto the popcorn. So I'm just gonna spray. I buy a little olive oil spray. This is the Trader Joe's brand. If you're using something sweet, you can use coconut spray. So for the first one, I call it like a Greek Mediterranean blend. So I'm gonna put in just a little bit of olive oil. Just squirt it on top. Perfect. And so this blend, I tell you guys, I created these blends today. That was my afternoon. Guess what I had for lunch today? 6 different kinds of popcorn, but it was fun. Okay, so the first one I wanted to do like kind of like a Greek Mediterranean olive oil. So I combined the following spices. I did a little bit of oregano, some dill, some garlic powder, and some onion powder, and some rosemary. So check this out. It's just it's a little blend. You can see it here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna throw it on. And I'll put all the amounts in. And you just kind of mix it around. And I like to do it lightly. You don't want to overdo it. You know, like sometimes when you, right, like that ultra cheesy popping get all over you. You don't really need to do that. And what's really great is that these added spices are calorie free. I call them my calorie free splashes, dashes, because I'm just adding some really great savory spices on here. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. In formulation world, you know, you're just playing around. I'm going to add a little bit more of oregano and a little bit more of a little bit of dill. I added in my salt before. And it's just like a nice, lightly spiced popcorn. Doug, you want to taste?
I sure do.
Yeah. Let's see what he says. Good, isn't it?
Really good. Definitely Mediterranean-like. Yum.
It tastes like Mediterranean. Like you get that dill, oregano, Greek salad.
Savory is a good word for it.
Savory, kind of like a Greek salad kind of taste. It's really yummy. It's really, really delicious. And you almost feel like you're eating a meal.
Yeah, it's hearty.
It's hearty. It takes the popcorn then from mindlessly eating it to really tasting it and being mindful and saying, wow, this really tastes good.
It gives it almost more substance.
Yeah, it does give it more substance. It's really good. And I didn't tell him to say any of this.
No,
so this
no,
is the
it's good.
he's the first time in the kitchen all day. So it's really, really delicious. So, all right, who's on board? Hi, Jill. How are you? Hi, Kate. Hi, Andrea. So that's the Mediterranean. Okay, so it's a combination for those who just came on board. We made the popcorn with 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a half a cup of unpopped popcorn. I have a cool pot with a clear lid, so we got to see the fireworks going on. We made the popcorn, and our first blend that we're adding is like a Greek Mediterranean blend. Combination of dill weed, of oregano, a little rosemary, onion powder, garlic powder, and some kosher salt. So delicious. And you really feel what Doug and I were just saying. You feel like it's hearty, and you feel like you're not doing mindless eating. You know, when you have popcorn, you just constantly do this. You feel like,
You don't feel like you're eating air.
No, this is like really delicious. And it'd probably be good, like almost as like a topping on a salad. Like if you didn't want to put croutons, this would be a great topping for a salad.
That's interesting.
You know me, I'm always thinking of these things. Okay, so the next one, let's go savory, sweet, savory, sweet. The next sweet, we're gonna do a sweet one. So this one I thought would be kind of cool. I know it's the wrong season, but I love ginger. Ginger is also really, really good for you because it's anti-inflammatory. And I said, what can we do with ginger? Why not make like a gingerbread cookie, right? So I created a gingerbread cookie blend, which is a combination of ground ginger, cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, and I just put 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar. 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar is only 29 calories, so it's just adding a little bit of sweet to it. So I'm just gonna put this here. I didn't even use it all, so it's less than that, probably 15 calories of sweet. But it smells like a gingerbread, and it's clean. You know that ginger smells so clean and so delish. I love that. Just put a little bit more. Yummy. I think it needs just a little bit more cinnamon, so I'm going to add this. Don't worry, guys. Ooh, there we go. I will put all these online. Okay. Want to try that?
I sure do.
This is gingerbread cookie. Good, huh?
Really good. So different from the other one, you know.
It's almost like a ginger cinnamon bun a little bit. And what's really good, I'll tell you a little food chemistry story, because I used to be a food chemist. I used to work in a lab and develop products. Confectioner's sugar is really good because it's powdered and it's very, very fine. So things that are coated, the first thing that you put on your tongue, you're going to taste. So when you taste that light sweet initially, it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. It's just that first taste that you're going to have, and that will carry through when you're eating the rest of it. This is really good. And I like the ginger. It has a little bit of a bite to it, which I like, kind of like a spicy sweet. Definitely gingerbread cookie, rock on.
That's a dessert. That's really
Great dessert. And great as a snack too. It would also be good, if you guys would be good for this, if you have a little bit of peanut butter powder, you could probably add a little bit of that to that too, and that would be good too. So, okay. So we got gingerbread cookie.
That's good,
popcorn.
yum.
Yummy. And I think I'm gonna stay sweet because I feel like it. What happened to, oh, there's my parchment. Can you grab my parchment paper? While we're on sweet, the next one I'm pretty excited about. The next one I'm gonna make is a spicy Mexican-y mole chocolate popcorn. So what does that mean as terms of ingredients is concerned? So what that is, it's a combination of unsweetened cocoa powder. I put in a little bit of confectioner sugar to give it a little bit of sweet, not as much as the gingerbread, because I'll tell you my other special ingredient is. So it's a little bit of confectioner sugar, some unsweetened cocoa powder, some cinnamon, and some chili powder. How cool is that? So you're gonna get like that Mexican chocolate hit with that chili powder at the end. And one great thing about spicy spices like chili powder and even ginger, it's really good for your metabolism and it helps increase your metabolism, but it also increases what's called your satiety. And what satiety means is that feeling of feeling full. So instead of eating popcorn plain, by adding things like ginger and adding spices like chili powder, it'll help control how much you eat and you'll be more mindful going, wow, this is really good. You won't need to eat more than you think you do. So let's do that. And this one has a little special extra too. So a couple of men on board here, off board. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the popcorn on here and you'll see why for a reason. Because I'm gonna put a special thing here. So this is my cocoa-y popcorn. And again, this is my combination of unsweetened cocoa powder. I put in some cinnamon, some chili powder, a little confection sugar, and actually another thing that I added in, which I really love, are cacao nibs. I don't know if you guys ever saw these, but this is basically cocoa beans that are chopped up into really small pieces. So I just threw a couple in there because why not, right? So I'm just gonna put some of this delicious chocolatey stuff on top.
That looks good.
That looks good. Yeah, but it's not going to be that sweet. But I really want to make it more decadent, like more of like a dessert. This is like a great thing you can serve at a party. So, and I wanted to make it a little bit more decadent as for dessert. So what we're going to add is, all I did, I took a tablespoon of chocolate chips. I'm just going to microwave them for a minute. And a tablespoon of chocolatey chips is only like 30 calories. I sprayed it to teeny bit of coconut oil so it'll get a little gooey. I'm just gonna warm it up because that's the best part, right? Warm it up for 20 seconds.
A little gooey is good.
Yeah. So just so you know, is that I already pre-melted them. It usually takes about 1.5 minutes to melt the chocolate chips. I pre-melted it before, but they've been sitting for a little bit, so I'm just going to get them warmed up. Okay, so who's on board while we're waiting? Hi Susan, how are you? Hi Denise, and hi Debbie. We've got local, we have Long Island, and we have Colorado, and we have Massachusetts. Here we go. So now we got, so what you're gonna do, okay, ready guys? This is like, ooh. That's right, that's right. That's what we're gonna do.
Drizzle.
Drizzle, drizzle. A little bit of food porn, right? But it's healthy food porn, right? This is 60% cocoa chocolate chips that are just melted, maybe 10 chips, so it's like 50 extra calories. And the other spice mix that I put in maybe has an extra 5 or 10 calories. So look at that. Isn't that delish? So delicious. So Doug, you're gonna have to taste that.
I have to taste this.
I know, it's really good. And you know, as far as, it's really good.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. I'm licking my fingers.
I know, you get to lick your fingers of the chocolate. It's so delicious. And all you have to do is melt some dark chocolate chips. Guys, that was only chocolate chips. But look how decadent that dessert is.
It's interesting with the chili too.
Yeah, and with the chili powder, it gives a little bit of a zip, and you'll get full after that. And that whole dessert is under 200 calories, maybe 170 calories. But look how decadent it is. Simply by utilizing spices that are sweet and savory together. So I've used sweet, the cocoa powder, the cinnamon, a little bit of confectioner's sugar, the savory, the chili powder. I threw in some kosher salt in there. Just basically melted some dark chocolate chips and made this delicious dessert that can be made for yourselves for dessert or for a party. It's so easy, especially when you use fresh popcorn. For those who came on board late, as far as the popcorn is concerned, I really like using local farm popcorn, and I found this great brand. It's from Indiana. It's called Amish Country Popcorn, and you can actually get it on my store. I'm on Dolgov.com. It's really good. It lasts for 2 years, and it's just awesome. You always have popcorn in the house, and as I mentioned, making popcorn like this is so much less expensive than having to buy a $3 bag. Every time when I can get that whole bag for like $12, and that'll make about 30 million servings. So great. Okay, so my last one, I'm really excited about. So I decided, okay, I have two really good sweet ones. I have one savory one. I wanted to make a popcorn that tasted like, I can't use a brand name, but you'll know what I mean, a nacho chip, wink, wink. Frito-Lay, so I can't really use the name, but something semblance on that. And what always like I thought about with that brand is that people are addicted to it, and they're addicted to it because of the different types of spices and things that are in it that might be artificial. So what if I could figure out, oh, he's sneaking in it.
It's too good.
What if I could figure out a formulation that tasted just like it, that used all these healthy spices that are in our spice cabinet? And you know what? I think I figured it out. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my popcorn, my serving. By the way, guys, I'm doing 2 cups of popcorn. I like using my cup as a measurement. 2 cups of popcorn is about 100 calories. And this is like my Orito, I'll call it, Morito. We'll call it the Morito blend. Got it? All right, and this is a combination of all the great things. It's of all the really antioxidant. You got cumin in here, chili powder in here, oregano in here, paprika, and I added a little extra Parmesan cheese. And if you're vegan, you can use nutritional yeast instead. So this is kind of what it looked like. I'm putting it in here. I'm going to mix it up. And I like the spice so much that I don't know. You're going to have to buy my cookbook if you want this spice, which I haven't bought it yet. You need to. Go to monadolgov.com under shop, Satisfy Cookbook, and my cookbook's coming out this summer. And all of these recipes are going to be in it. And I'll put some of these online, but if you want my book and you want this recipe, which I'm telling you is like,
Gotta have it.
You need to go on my website and get this book because it's just like, oh my God. All right, so, the only thing I didn't do, don't forget to put your olive oil. I put a little spray of olive oil on the corn. So what that does is that it'll take the powder and it will
It sticks to it?
stick to it, exactly. It'll help coat it. Yeah, so pardon my fingers because I'm just trying to, see, I was talking so much, I was so excited, I forgot to tell you to spray. Okay. All right, Doug, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
He's ready. He's so lucky he married me. I'm good for my food, right? Oh, hopefully a couple other things too, right? What do you think, Doug? Got to come on board and tell everybody. What do you think? Come tell everybody. Come.
This is so good, so addictive.
All right, I know what he's having for dinner. So guys, this is an awesome, awesome blend. And how cool is that you can have popcorn that tastes like a Morito and have a combination of all these really good spices like cumin and chili powder and oregano and what else did I put? Paprika and garlic and a little bit of Parm cheese or a nutritional yeast, and it tastes so good. So
That is so addictive.
isn't that great? But I don't like the word addictive. I like the word satisfying, because that's my word, satisfying. So all of these are satisfying.
Should
Whether
we have a cookbook after that?
yes, I should name my cookbook Satisfying. Wait a minute, I did. Okay, So anyway, guys, here's 4 great recipes. You've got your Greek salad, Mediterranean flavor. You've got your Mona nacho chip flavor. You've got your gingerbread cookie flavor, and then this decadent chocolate flavor. And look how easy it was to make. And I really highly recommend that you make your popcorn from scratch. It's healthier. You can control the oil that you put in. My recommendations for oil for those who just came on board is either to use an extra virgin olive oil or an avocado oil because they're good and they're healthy for you. And to have fun with your spices, and just utilize spices, and then to attach the spices or to coat the spices on. All you have to do is sprinkle on, for the savory one, you sprinkle on a little bit of olive oil spray. For the sweet ones, I would spray a little bit of coconut oil spray, and you got it. So I hope this was a fun sharing tonight on Mona's Kitchen. I'm so excited about this. It's like 4 recipes in one. How cool is that? And before we sign off, I wanted to say, hey Betsy, how are you? Hey Karen, how are you? And hi, Betsy again. She's excited to try these. Well, I'm excited for you to try these too, because you know what, guys? This is empowering you to eat healthier. It's healthier eating, it's indulgent, it's satisfying, but it's using all these great spices that you have right in your spice cabinet. So why not have some fun? And don't be afraid to use them, because look what you can create, okay? Who else is coming aboard? Hey Mary, hope you're well, man. I'm doing great. And hey Carol, all looks good. It is really good. So guys, have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I'll be back. I won't disappoint. And I think tomorrow might be dinner day. So see you at 7 o'clock tomorrow on Mona's Kitchen. And before I say goodbye, yes, Carol, it is yummy. Have a good night. Enjoy.